It's 12:59 p.m., January 3rd, 2021. I decided to give you a slightly different view today. Usually I'm in Byward Market over there when I start my daily little video while I'm jogging. Today I am starting off a bit earlier at the War Memorial, and you can see Parliament Hill in the background. Very nice. I don't have much to say. I'm just kind of feeling like, what if I do this every day? And then people congratulate. I'm just hitting 1 mile. See the app. At least I changed the settings so that's not saying the time and pace and everything. So it'll just tell me 1 mile. So that's where they're hosting Parliament for the next 10 years. The other side, the middle part, is under construction. And here we go. I can't stop, or the app will say paused workout. So I'm going to keep this short because I don't want to burn out my battery on my old iPhone here. I want to still listen to podcasts. I was just listening to one about podcasts and saying that, somebody came up with the same idea as me. Like, I was starting mine in September, and now somebody's got another one. And they're like, unless you're super niche, like, you're always going to have somebody that has a similar thing. The big thing is just to do it and keep doing it, because most podcasts never make it past 7 episodes. So that's inspiring. I don't know what my podcast is. Maybe my podcast should be me just jogging around Byward Market talking to myself out of breath. That sounds like a great show to listen to, doesn't it? I guess this is just a basic tourism video. I mentioned in my Instagram story today that my mom is out. Look at that statue. That's pretty nice. That must be, maybe those are like suffragettes showing each other in a little meeting, like, listen, we're going to get women the right to vote. That's probably what that is. My mom is out. Speaking of moms and women, now that looks like a fun job. Imagine sitting in there just doing your little security or whatever you're doing. Be cozy. I used to work in university. I worked student security, and then I sometimes would work the parking booth, and you'd have to plan ahead, like, okay, what books am I going to bring to read? What notebook am I going to bring to write my great movie? What's going to be on the radio? Because there was no internet, there was no phone. You're just on your own. And then I guess you'd be hoping somebody would drop by and say hi. That was magic. It's hard to separate it from youth and from just the time before cell phones and all of that. Would kids today working a security booth feel that same magic? I think so. I think there's always that magic that, first loves, and when you're in university, you're surrounded by other people. But I just saw on Instagram just now, Danica, McKellar, the girl who played Winnie on The Wonder Years. I never really watched that show, but I have the gist of it. She was the love interest. Speaking of love interest, Charlotte from Vietnam just messaged me, and she's like, let's name our son Jack. Because I'd mentioned that my friend George's son is named Jack on Facebook. And then I said, and she's like, what does it mean? I'm like, I don't know, but my 2 grandfathers were named Jack. She said, oh, that's great. What do you want to call our daughter? How about Jan or Jennifer? And I said, well, my girlfriend when I was 22 was named Jan. And then I had 3 Jennifers were the loves of my life. All of those 4, I guess. And also a couple others. And if they're listening, you know who you are, and reach out to me, because some of you might be divorced or never married. I don't know. Anyways, Danica is having her 46th birthday today. She says it's weird having it so close to the beginning of the year because, every year it's like a new age for her. So it's literally very easy to keep in touch. 2020, she's, 45, I guess. And so she just turned 46. And she gave some long inspirational message, and she had a picture of her. She's like, no makeup, no filter. I don't know. When you're a grown-up at that point, do you have to say no makeup, no filter? Does anybody care? I don't get sort of past the this is how I look kind of thing. But I guess it's different for women. And it's about showing, hey, I don't know what it's about showing, because she looks really good. So I don't know if that's showing off to other women that, look, I look good without makeups and filters, or is that her saying it's okay to be your real self? We'll see. Well, get back to me in 40 years, Danica, and let me know if you're still no makeup, no filter. Speaking of 40 years in the future, Larry King is 87. Hey, this could be a podcast. I'm just updating you on the news. It's kind of fun. He's 87, and he's got COVID. He's in the hospital, and everybody's sending him best wishes. And that's sad. I saw him in a diner once. I was meeting with a writer for The Simpsons that a friend connected me with in LA, and I'm pretty sure I saw Larry King in a diner, and I was like, wow, that's cool. And so that gives me hope. I'm like, okay, in 39 years, I can still be interviewing people. Not that I've started. Well, I've sort of started. I'm not a famous CNN interviewer yet. But that's the kind of thing I want. People to still be like interested in what I'm doing and all of that. What was I talking about? So Danica's got her post, and I don't know. I mean, she must be married with kids. But her words, she was talking about how, she looked into charities, that she was, I don't know, like child trafficking and stuff. She was always uncomfortable even thinking about it, but this year she decided to look at it head on, and she's been fighting it and stuff. And she just seems like such a nice, caring person. Reminds me of my first gen. When I first met her, she was like, she was trying to organize. She wanted to go to wherever there was the hurricanes like 15 years ago, like Thailand or something like that. She wanted to, I don't know, she wanted to go and volunteer and help and stuff. And maybe it was the Caribbean. And I thought, wow, I don't know. To me, I was like, that's a bit odd. But of course, she just wants to give. We never went. But she, just always thinking of other people. And I'm like, that's the kind of person I want to meet. And it shows me that, yeah, okay, I had a few amazing girls like that. But there's still women like that out there. And maybe Danica and I are going to hang out. I don't know. But it just inspires me to see that there are people out there. And as much as I can get wrapped in my head and go, you see all these memes saying, everybody meets that one girl in their life that they'll never be able to replace. And it's like, yeah. On the other hand, maybe you can be like, no, you know what? There's always new people around. You just gotta keep speaking to the world and giving your love out to the world, and hopefully you'll make a change. Maybe you won't wind up marrying people, but maybe people will be watching this and going, yeah, I enjoy these walks through Byward Market. I had a little comment on Facebook, or somebody replied when I passed this the other day, and I said, oh, look, it's the cacao, and then I was like, cacao. I was trying to figure out how to pronounce it. And then this comedian girl replied, haha, cacao. But is it? Like, okay, cacao, because that's not cocoa, right? You would say hot cocoa. It would be C-O-C-O-A? How is that spelled? And what's the difference between cocoa and cow? Is it just a fancier way of saying it? Like macaron as opposed to macaroon? I don't know what is the word? I could look into this. Very easily, I could Google it. But I won't. All right, so here we are back where we always are, the Byward Market building. Beside us over here is the place where Obama bought his cookies. Maybe I'll cut this off now because I don't want to waste my battery. And I just want to, this is just an exercise in discipline. I'm going to post a little video every day. Maybe I'll get like 2 or 3 views just by people accidentally clicking on it or something. I'll make half a penny on YouTube. And there's a couple of hotel options if I want to go live in those when I decide to get out of my parents' basement. But, cinnamon glazed nuts. That sounds, look, fresh homemade sandwiches. I just made some eggs earlier today, so I'm good. 3 eggs, threw in some spinach and cheese. And that's what Tim Ferriss says. He said 2 or 3 eggs is good to fill you up, and you shove some spinach, and then I forget what for fiber, like beans or something. And I had 4 pieces of bread with peanut butter and jam. That's probably not necessary, but whatever. I'm out doing my little jog, albeit as slow as people's walks. I like the word albeit though. A-L-B-E-I-T. Like it means although. It's like a caveat. Oh, caveat's another good word. Aren't those fun words? Is my lens dirty? Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Oh, I'm looking at the lens. Here, let me just try wiping this. Why didn't I think of this beforehand? Tell me, is this better now? That definitely looks cleaner. How's that looking? Oh, that's really irritating if this whole video was kind of muddy. Wow, there should be some kind of, I don't know how you'd prevent that, but wow. All right, well, so much for this. Maybe I should just strip the audio from these things and post them as a podcast. And what if it became the biggest podcast in the world? What if it seems like, this is stupid, it's just a guy talking to himself as he's walking around. But what if everybody's like, yeah, you know what, this is exactly what the world needs. This is so comforting, and he's got such brilliant insights. Look at that sign, what happened there? It's all falling apart. It's like 2020, but we can't say that anymore. It's 2021. It can't be falling apart. Oh, and the big meme today, I was looking at Twitter, or no, I just looked at Google News to see what was up. All right, which way are we gonna go today? I feel like I'm done with this run. I ran all the way down there yesterday. I just wanna go home. I wanna start uploading things. Maybe I can go for another walk later. So let's just head back. I looked at Google News today and it said Ben Affleck is I don't know. He's got a couple of pictures. Apparently paparazzi have been shooting him outside his front door for a while, and he's giving them the finger, or he's standing outside smoking. And this new photo is him trying to pick up a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts, like in a box, and some drinks, and it's like hard to hold them all at once, and he's looking exhausted, and everybody's like, oh, that is so me, that sums up my 2020. I just feel like I don't relate to any of this. Like, I guess people, I don't know, in their 20s and 30s are like having their job and their girlfriends and their kids or whatever, and they have the time to be all ironic, go, oh, that is so me. I can't pick up my coffee. I can't, when I get my takeout, you know. But I don't know. First of all, I've never ordered anything to my door. I'm not ordering Uber Eats. Well, I don't have a door. But even if I did, I would never, ever be ordering Uber Eats. I'd go out and get some food or cook. But anyways, I just don't feel like, oh, yeah, woe is me. Like that's the big problem, that I can't pick up some donuts and coffee. And yeah, is when everybody's saying, oh, 2020's been so awful, what an awful year, was that how awful it was because you had to stay inside for a bit and order Uber Eats and you couldn't pick up all your donuts? Like, I hate to say like first world problems, but Jesus, if that's the worst year ever for you, I think you're doing okay. I'm lucky because I was having an awful year before this. And I honestly don't know what I did for the past 8 years since I broke up with my girlfriend. And I could have had like 3 kids by now. But I commented something about this on Facebook where it was my old art director, George, his kid Jack drew a birthday card or something for me for when he was 7 years ago, when he was 6. I'm like, oh, he must be 13 now. I should have had a kid. And then my friend Ami commented, what happened to positive January? I'm like, right. I promised you that I'm just afraid if I don't sort of sulk and complain about my problems, people will think, oh, he doesn't have problems. But then why? Why would I do that? Why do I care? Why would I be afraid that you guys don't know I'm boo-hoo-hoo, right? Maybe I just be a positive guy. Okay, so no more whining. Every now and then I see like a cute fun girl with slip-on boots and a toque, and I'm like, oh, imagine if we were walking around hanging out. But nobody wants to hang out with a guy complaining about himself, right? Or a guy with a fuzzy lens on his iPhone. But now I have a clear lens and I'm not complaining. And I could get a stick and just do that. That's the kind of thing I dreamed of doing when I was a kid. Not particularly a stick. Oh, pizza. Should I eat that? Probably not. If I had a girlfriend walking with me, she'd be like, nope, don't do that. And if we were walking a dog, we would tell the dog not to eat it either. But yeah, I always thought it would be fun to like sit with a guitar in a public place or just do something creative or draw or sing. There's a street like this in Santa Monica. It's called 4th Street Promenade or 5th Street, 3rd Street, something like that. There's one in Miami too, but the one in LA I particularly like because it's all these singers and stuff standing in the middle and you can stand and watch them. And of course, you know, it's LA, so this is the best of the best. It's kind of cool. Could I ever do that? Could I go up there and do stand-up like Mrs. Maisel? What are they looking What is it? Opening of the Rito Center. Oh, it's dates. I never noticed that. Look at that. That's kind of cool. It says words. All right. Thanks for joining me for this run. I'll go home and start uploading some videos. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like and comment below. Let's start a discussion. And maybe we can be like a big circle of friends around the world that love each other and visit each other and support each other. That makes me happy. Okay, bye, Word Market.